Hey y'all, it's Ashley Kirkwood, and we are going to be talking today about how to stop the spiral, 3 shifts that you can make in order to end overthinking. You all, after coaching over having over 8,000 customers, coaching hundreds of entrepreneurs personally, and having thousands of entrepreneurs who have been in our private programs and coaching or programs and accelerators and all the things, there is one commonality that I see amongst entrepreneurs that thrive and those that really struggle to get going in the beginning. And that is their ability to control their thoughts and specifically overthinking. Now, y'all, I'm going to just go ahead and say it. I work with a lot of women, and this is something that I see often. How much are you overthinking? If you have ever dealt with overthinking, drop a 1 in the chat. If you've ever dealt with overthinking, drop a 1 in the chat. Let me know. And if you want to come to the Your First Corporate Offer tour, you guys, you should totally come. We have a few seats left in Houston. We have some VIP seats left in other cities, but otherwise, that thing is sold out. Okay. Now, if you are like, hey, I missed the tour tickets, my city's sold out, then I want you to comment the word summit. Or if you're on YouTube, just click the link in the description and I will give you that is the link to actually register. It's www.speakyourwaytocashsummit.com. Okay, so I want you all to do that and take advantage of these amazing opportunities to grow your business. My name is Ashley Kirkwood, and I run a company called Speak Your Way to Cash, where we help experts, entrepreneurs, and authors to sell more services, land 5- and 6-figure contracts, and scale their service-based businesses based on their expertise. So here is the thing. I want all of you to win, which means I want you all to be able to control your thoughts. And if you all can hear me and see me okay, just drop a good in the comments. And if you're watching the replay, comment replay so I can celebrate the fact that you did watch this comment. We are going to talk about the 3 shifts that are going to help you to stop overthinking. And I want to talk about this because overthinking is something that I have struggled with myself. It is something that if I did not get a hold on it, we would not have a multi-7-figure business. If I didn't get a hold on it, I probably wouldn't even be married to the man of my dreams. If I did not get a hold on it, all of the things that I like, even being a mom, I would have never been a mom if I didn't get a hold on it. Like, there were so many areas of my life where the thought of the thing, like, I had to really figure out how was I going to shorten the period of time between the thought and action. Because what happens when you let a whole lot of decisions just build up one over the other, then you are just taking up space in your mind that could otherwise be used for something good, for a great idea, for scaling your business. So let's talk about the 3 shifts. I'm going to get right into it, in and out. And if you all have a question about overthinking, I love that. Go ahead and comment your question in the chat, and then I'll try to answer that particular question. Okay. Ooh, let me see. Overthinking. Boom. Okay. So we're talking about today 3 shifts to stop overthinking. 3 shifts to stop overthinking. And one of the things that I want you all to realize is that if you are overthinking, here is what it is costing you. It is costing you clients. It is costing you peace. And it is costing you results. It is costing you clients, it's costing you peace, and it's costing you results in any area where it is prevalent. And so I think that if we can learn to control this, we will be able to have happier, healthier, peaceful lives. You know what else it could be costing you? It can be costing you sleep. It can be costing you sleep. Studies actually show that overthinking increases cortisol levels, impacting sleep, your immune function, and your decision making. And over 73% of adults, according to the American Psychiatric Association, Psychology Association, the APA, report that they overthink regularly. So let me tell you this, for everyone who's on here who overthinks, guess what? You're in the majority. You're in the majority. We just want to go from being in the majority to being in the minority to know how to control it. Okay. And neuroscientists confirm that rumination shrinks the prefrontal cortex, which is the part of your brain responsible for action taking and critical thinking. Did you all hear that? Did you all hear that? Let me say that again. Neuroscientists confirm that rumination, constantly ruminating on something that ain't that big of a deal, right? Or maybe it is a big deal, doesn't really matter. You could be overthinking about big things, you could be overthinking about little things. Some of y'all overthink about what you gonna eat, what you gonna wear. Does she like me? Does she not like me? Okay, it could be a big thing, it could be a little thing. Here's what happens. It shrinks the part of your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain that is responsible for the two things that are going to help you to be a scalable CEO. Number one, action taking. Some of y'all wonder, I can't be consistent. I can't be consistent because you do not have control over your thoughts. If you don't have control over your thoughts, it's going to impact your ability to be consistent and take action. Two, critical thinking. What does that mean? That means you are making decisions without the full use and function of the part of your brain that actually helps you to make good decisions. You need the ability to critically think. We need that ability. So let's talk about this. And one of the wonderful things that I've learned about the brain and all of the studies that I have seen and read about how the brain operates, the good news about the brain is you can retrain your brain. So I don't want to leave you with these are the things that are impacting your brain and it's all bad and it's not going to work and it's not going to be good. No. You can actually retrain your brain. You can retrain your thoughts. And so, yes, rumination shrinks that prefrontal cortex, but yes, you can retrain your brain. So this is why it's critical. It's not just critical from I want to take more action. There is scientific evidence to support that we can't even make the best decisions if we are taking too long to make decisions, if we are stewing over decisions. So practically, I want you to really think about this. And one thing that really helped me to overcome overthinking, and I've said this before, but I'll say it again. I had a friend of mine who was, I had actually just got dumped in college. And I got dumped by this guy who was like, I'm not gonna say nothing bad about him. He was just an ex. Everybody got one of those. He was an ex, but he broke up with me. And at the time, I was in college, you guys, but I was still me. Okay. I was me in every stage of my life. And so at this particular stage of my life, I was in college, and in college, I didn't just go to college. I did things. So I was the homecoming queen, Black homecoming queen. I was on the Alumni Union board. I was on the board for college where you actually hire speakers. So go figure, foreshadowing of what I do now. I had all these responsibilities. I had a team that worked for me as the director of the Alumni Union Board Cultural Programming. I probably had a team of about 30 students that worked for me, and I had a budget of about $75,000. And then at one point in college, I was on the SORF board, running a multi-million-dollar budget, determining which organizations got which funding. I did all that in college. So, I've been doing this for a minute. And I could not get back to my jobs, plural, and I had a business in college too. I couldn't get back to all of that because I was just walking around the yard and I was thinking about how this guy dumped me, and I just felt so bad. I was just like, I can't believe not only did he dump me, he cheated on me with this girl who was, she had just pledged a sorority I wanted to get in, but they were suspended on my campus, and she went to my dream school. So I'm really thinking about this. I'm walking around the yard looking sad. I did not look like myself. And one of my friends in college, another gentleman, he comes up to me and he says, Ashley, I want you to know something. That there are queens in Greek mythology, and even they had a kryptonite. And in some instances, these queens, these mythical figures who had all this power, their kryptonite was men. So don't feel bad that you're really stressed out about this guy dumping you. He was like, but I want you to think about something else. And this is the part that I want you all to consider. And thank God that guy dumped me, because I wouldn't be married to my awesome, amazing husband. So blessing in disguise. And I don't have to deal with like cheating and lying and all the things that I have to deal with that guy. But this guy tells me, one of my friends, he comes up to me and he says this, he says, Ashley, he was like, I promise you, as much as you're hurt right now, as much as it feels bad, this will not matter in 5 years. And I thought about it and I was like, ain't no way I'm about to be sad about this guy in 5 years. And that literally shifted everything for me, because I implemented the 5-year rule. And the 5-year rule is something that all of you can implement today. And here is the 5-year rule. Will this matter in 5 years? This is a great rule to use if what you are overthinking about does not matter. Like, oh, you got dumped by someone. It's not good. but that guy is not my husband. So this is great. I can move on. Now I can meet my husband. I don't know what to wear today. Not a real big decision. You know what I mean? Should I go to this party? Should I not go to this party? I have to fire this person. Hard decision. Definitely matters. There's a real life on the other side of it. But will it matter in 5 years? Like the 5-year rule is great for decisions that are going to be inconsequential in the long term. So for me, if it's not going to matter in 5 years, I'm not going to give it more than an hour now. 5-year rule. That's what, write that in the comments. 5-year rule. I want all of you to think about that because there are things that you are stewing over. Will this matter in 5 years? Nope. It won't. If it falls into that category, you're going to use the 5-year rule, give yourself an hour, and you're going to get over it. The second rule that I'm going to give you guys is the rule that I got from law, and that rule is the 2-hour rule. And the 2-hour rule says this: if it takes me more than 2 hours to figure it out, I'm going to get help with it. Meaning, I'm not about to sit up here and try to learn all the things about ChatGPT when I could just hire a consultant to teach me. I'm not going to sit up here and play with this tech tool for 20 hours or 30 hours if like literally I could pay someone to help me. Like if I could call a friend, if I could phone a friend, if I could ask AI, if I could ask a coach, if I'm in a community, can I ask the coach? Like I'm going to get a resource. I'm not going to waste time. I have a 2-hour rule. Now that doesn't mean I won't spend more than 2 hours on something, but that does mean I'm not going to ruminate on a particular issue that someone else can help me with for more than 2 hours. Whether that's AI can help, whether I can hire someone on a Fiverr or an Upwork to do it or help, like I'm not going to waste my time. I believe time is not money, time is life. And so I'm not just, and here's what you all need to understand. You are not just wasting time in the fictitious sense of the word, like, oh, I wasted an hour, oops. No. You are wasting life, which means there are some consequences to wasting life. You are not wasting time, you are wasting life. That's a Shonda Rhimes quote. Time is not money, time is life. And so when you waste it, you're not wasting time, you're wasting life. And I want to speak to the person who feels like their life doesn't have as much value as someone else's. Like, I mean, I'm wasting life, but like, it's not a big deal. I can afford to waste 2-3 hours a day. I want you to understand that if you are watching this channel, if you are watching me, if you are coming to my content, if you're looking at my Instagram pages, and even those that are not, but if you are here specifically, there is a reason. And I know that I am literally not, I don't even attract people who don't have other people on the side of their calling. Like my content isn't even for that. So you wouldn't even be watching this live video if your life didn't have other people on the other side of your calling. And so you are not waking up every day, going to work, wasting time on social media so that like, and it's not consequential. Like there are books that you are supposed to write. If you know that's you, comment books. There are stages that you are supposed to speak on. If you know that's you, comment speak. There are millions that you are supposed to make. If you know that's you, comment millions. And every second that you waste, you are not just wasting time that should not be diverted to something that really does matter. And I personally believe that one of the spiritual attacks that we really don't give enough credit to is distraction. Okay? Because if I can keep you, I'm reading, I have this great book on prayer, you guys, and it's called Fervent by Priscilla Shirer. I wish I was a affiliate for it because I talk about it all the time. But one of the ways that she starts all of her chapters is like, if I were your enemy, I would do this. And I love that because it really fires me up because I hate when the enemy like attacks me and I don't see it until later. I like to play offense, not always playing defense. But one of the things that I would do if I were your enemy, right, is I would keep you so distracted. I would keep you so caught up in overthinking that you literally put yourself in a mental prison. So I don't even have to waste resources on you because you're running laps around your own mind and you're just overthinking your way into inaction. And now we have the science for it. If you were not here earlier, studies actually show that overthinking shrinks the part of your brain that is responsible for action taking. And so if I were your enemy, I would want you overthinking so much that you don't do nothing with that book idea. I would give you a book. I I would allow you to see the book idea. Like, imagine God up there giving you a book idea. And then instead of you actually implementing on the book idea, what you do is you just overthink it. Well, I don't have a title. And who would really buy it? And no one really cares. And they don't know what to do. And how would I write a book? And I don't have time to write a book. And I don't have time for this. And I don't have time for that. Another thing that I would do is I would get your perspective of your time so warped that you would waste 3 to 4 hours a day doing things that don't matter so that you don't divert 3 to 4 hours a day doing things that do. The truth is that there's time hidden in all of our daily schedules that if rediverted could be utilized for assets and development and clients and money that we could be making and lives that we could be impacting. But if you're just always thinking what you don't have time for, you're never seeing what you do have time for. And all in your day, there are hidden treasures of hours of time that you could be spending, building and creating. But all of that time is literally hidden underneath your overthinking. That's what I would do if I were your enemy. And so I like to help you guys to think about things a little bit differently. I have the Q&A call for those who have their ticket to the Speak Your Way to Cash tour. If any of you live in Houston and you don't have your tour ticket, I want you to go get it right now because that's the last city to sell out. Let's sell that city out real quick. Just comment tour if you're on Instagram. If you're on YouTube, go to speakyourwaytocash.com/tour. The link is in the description. But I was talking to them and there was a young lady who came up and she's so brave and I so appreciate her. And I love when you all come to me with your real questions. And one of the things that she said was, hey, Ashley, you know, I want to grow my business, but I don't want it to be a heavy lift. I don't want it to be a heavy lift. I don't want it to be too much. I don't want to do too much. I don't want it to take too much. I burnt out before and I don't want to burn out again. And I can't put myself back in that position. And in this moment, I really feel like I'm about to help the woman out who is so scared of burning out that she has shut off her own flame, who's so scared of burning out that she's taken herself out of the race of success, who's so scared of her losing her relationship with her kids and losing her marriage with her husband or never even getting married or never even having kids, that she literally looks for ways to self-sabotage so that she doesn't give up too soon, so that she doesn't reach some glass ceiling, so she doesn't shatter through it because she's so scared of getting cut. Let me be the woman to tell you this. As a woman who has a great marriage, who has kids, a kid. I keep saying kids. I don't know. I'm not having any more kids, Jesus, but kid. I have a kid, right, that I absolutely love, who's doing so well and is so bright. Please, sisters, listen to me now. If you are not going all in because you are afraid of burning out, you are still letting fear make your decisions. And what my Bible tells me is God does not give me the spirit of fear. And even if you aren't a religious person, there's a book that I read, I cannot think of her name, but Lean In by Sheryl Sandberg. And in that book, she has one sentence in that book that changed my entire life. And it was this: what would I do if I were not afraid? What would I do if I were not afraid? If you are saying, I'm not going to go all in because I'm so scared of burning out, that means you're still letting fear make your decisions. And in my opinion, if I let fear make my decisions, all I can get is scary results. Now, this is apparently very controversial to say, because if I say this, you're going to have a camp of ladies that's like, oh, but you're not taking care, like you don't care about family. You're not prioritizing family. You're not doing this. You're not doing that. You should always make decisions in line with your values, but my value system is not fear. If I make a decision that I love my family and I'm going to have a great relationship with my husband and we're going to be married till we're 60, 70 years old and me and my daughter are going to have a great relationship, then that means I'm going to scale my business and I'm going to scale the love in my relationship. I'm going to scale my business and I'm going to scale my relationship with my daughter. I'm going to put aside time to do all of those things, but I'm not going to self-sabotage because I'm scared of losing anything. Because if I do that, then I am allowing a spirit of fear to determine which destiny I reach. It's still a fear-based decision. Just because it's fear of burning out, don't make it a good fear. The only good fear is the fear of God, and it's not even fear in the way that we interpret fear, right? So if it is not the fear of God, then what are we doing here, right? What are we doing here? So you want to make sure that you're not making your decisions based on fear. Fear of burning out is still a fear. And let me tell you something. People burn out that make $2,000 a year in their business, and people burn out that make $20 million a year in their business. So the fact that you believe making more money is going to be the thing that ruins your marriage or ruins your relationship with your kids, there are people at every economics bracket that ain't got good marriages and ain't got good relationships with their kids. And so what that tells me is that I need to get aligned with people who are scaling their business and love each other when cameras are on and when cameras are off, who have time with their kids regardless. You ask them about the last time they spent with their kids, they can tell you what it looks like. You know what I mean? Like, there's a way to do this. There's a way to do everything. You know, and so I want to share that with women because I feel like we are so guilted. We are so guilted into shrinking ourselves, not going for it, saying we can't do it. Why can't you do it? There's not a lot of women who talk like this. So I just want to be the one that does, because I understand that even though I am, I run a company, I'm the CEO of our business. I know how to make sure my home is right. Okay. You can do both. Okay. Just because you got to be a little more aggressive at work, don't mean you don't know how to make the man feel like the man. Okay. You can do both. And best and believe Mr. Kirkwood is taken care of. All right. So I just got to put that out there, ladies. Now, 3 shifts that you need to make in order to stop overthinking. Number 1, you have to change the way you view yourself. Write this in the chat. Change the way you view yourself. Why do I need to change the way that I view myself? Because you need to understand that you were uniquely assigned to be placed on this earth right now for this time with this skill set. You need to understand that the desires that you have are not to tease you such that you have them, but they will never come to pass. You need to understand that there are real life people waiting for you to step into the fullest version of yourself so that they too can go to the next level. You have purpose. And you have purpose. Let me help those of you out with purpose. Some people believe that purpose is like one day they're going to be driving in their car and they're going to hear a voice from heaven, or if they don't believe in God, maybe they think they're going to hear a voice from the universe, like some noise is going to come up from the ground or something. And then it's going to say, this is your purpose. This is what you were born to do. Do this. This is exactly what you are supposed to do. They think that's how purpose works. Let me tell you how purpose has shown up in my life. Purpose has shown up in my life by way of opportunities. Opportunities that I did not expect. Opportunities that I did not think were going to happen. And I happen to be someone who takes most opportunities. And because I took opportunities, I discovered new things about myself that I liked. And so it was when opportunity meets desire. And then when desire happens, I don't just sit and let desire be desire. Then I put skill on top of desire. And then I started getting better at things. Then I realized not only am I learning about this, but I'm pretty good at this. Like my personality aligns with this. And then I just kind of discovered what I was supposed to do. I told you guys that in college, I actually hired speakers. At the time, I didn't know I'd run a company called Speak Your Way to Cash, helping speakers all over the world, helping experts all over the world. I just took the opportunity to be on that board. Also, I managed a budget of $75,000. So I learned how to manage a budget. I also managed a team of about 30 students. I had to report up to a director. And I had to take that $75,000. And if I wanted to do more programs, I had to put that $75,000 until about $500,000 or more for the university. And I was able to do that. I had to manage a budget. I didn't know then that I would need that skill set, because that skill set is going to help me manage a budget for a multi-million-dollar company that's going to become a $100 million company one day. I didn't know that then, but I took the opportunity. Some of you are waiting for your purpose to find you, not realizing you could have been found what you're supposed to do right now if you took more opportunities. Until you are positive or clear about what you are supposed to do, you need to take more opportunities. You need to take more opportunities, okay? Not less. You need to start discovering what it is that you like. And it can start if you're on your job, taking opportunities to do more. So you get to decide what your purpose is in any given season, move towards that, do it with the best of your ability. And as your desires shift, as your skill set shifts, and as opportunities arise, you allow those things to grow. But you can decide your purpose. So many people are tormenting themselves because they're like, I don't know what my purpose is. And you're thinking about it, you're ruminating over it. But the truth is, purpose does not come to you in its entirety all at one time. Your life is a mosaic, as my friend Kendra calls it. Your life is a mosaic. It's all these little pieces that inevitably come together, which is why you need to play full out at every area of your life, because you don't know what that particular season, opportunity, job, or person is supposed to gift you for your journey in discovering purpose. Okay? Now, as believers, we all have the same purpose, like to glorify God and expand his kingdom. But the way that we do that individually will shift. And so I can't be so committed to like being a lawyer that, because at one point I wanted to be on the Supreme Court, y'all. Like that was really what I wanted to do. I was like, I'm going to work at this job. I'm going to work for a federal judge. I'm going to get appointed to the Supreme Court one day. I'll probably get appointed to the district court first, then the appellate court, then the Supreme Court of this land. Those judges have a lifetime appointment. That's what I wanted to do. And that was what I thought I was going to do. But I took opportunities and I realized I don't think that's what I want to do. I started talking to federal judges, but I decided my purpose is to be on the Supreme Court. So I did everything in my power to go along that path. But through discovery, I realized that's not really what I want to do. Well, then what should I do? Well, then I started taking other opportunities. Well, let me start volunteering on some new boards, meeting some new people, talking to some new entrepreneurs. And I did not even know what I wanted to do in entrepreneurship. So do you all know that I started a YouTube show, and it's still on my YouTube channel. Just go all the way back to 2018. And it was called Passion, Purpose, and Paychecks. And in that YouTube show, here's what I did. I actually interviewed people who started businesses. And I asked them, is it your passion? How did you discover your purpose? And how does the money look? Are you getting paid well or not? Because I did know enough to know that I like living well. And I live well in my day job. And so it ain't no need in me leaving this good day job to go and struggle in my own business. That didn't make no sense to me in my head. So I was like, let me interview them. Let me talk about money. Let me ask the questions that most people aren't asking about the financial side of purpose. Because everyone tells you follow your purpose. But if there's no paycheck attached, most people will not sustainably follow that purpose for long. So I did all that research, and that's how I started to discover, you know what, I could probably be an entrepreneur. It built my confidence in that area. You don't have confidence on the other side of bad information. If you lack confidence in an area, there's two things you probably lack: data and experience. And if you can get both, you will continue to grow your confidence if you can get both of those things, okay? So here we go. So that's number one. You have to change how you view yourself. You have to understand that you have purpose. And whatever you're doing right now, you need to do it to the best of your ability, not because that's what you'll be doing for your whole life, but because people who operate at a high level, period. So you don't do bogus on your job and then grow an amazing business. You need to develop the discipline to be great everywhere you're at so that you can show up fully for yourself. And that's going to evolve. Two, you need to change how you view other people. So first, you change your view of yourself. You want to get an identity of yourself, a confidence about yourself that allows you to act in alignment with your personal identity. So I believe that I am God's daughter, that he saw everybody that he created on this earth and was like, you know what, Ashley Kirkwood needs to be born on January 17th, 1990, because she's going to have a purpose on this earth. And I believe if you think about all that must happen to like literally get a human into this earth, God didn't make mistakes. He put all of us who are living right now on this world here for a reason. But with free will and choices, we get to decide if we're going to fulfill his divine destiny for us. How do you, in order for you to live that out, you must understand that you are literally here for a reason. That's number one. Number two, you need to change how you view other people. If you view other people like, oh, she's better than me because she has more followers. Oh, she's better than me because she makes more money. Oh, they're better than me because of this. They're better than me because of that. Oh my God, I need to please them. I need to be liked by them. I need to be accepted by them. I need all these people to like me. Da, 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 da. Let me be clear. I want people to like me. Is that okay to say? Like, can we be real? Can we be honest about that? How many of y'all, anybody wake up and wanting people to like troll them, talk bad about them, not invite them nowhere, think that y'all ain't good, don't look good, don't smell good, don't act good? Nobody wants to be rejected, right? How many of y'all actually will be honest enough to say you care what other people think about you? Drop me in the comments. Let's see how real our audience is tonight. A lot of people teach this wrong, and they start from the perspective of, it don't matter what people say about you. No, stick and stones may not break bones, but they do ruin dreams. Okay. And so it's not like, sticks and stones break bones, and what people say won't hurt me. What people say can hurt you. What people say has hurt a lot of people. what people say does matter to how you view yourself, which is why you need a strong perspective about who you are and who other people are. But everyone wants to feel included and safe. And that natural instinct is actually a human instinct that is there to keep us safe, right? Now, here's the thing. I care about that. I would like it in an ideal world. I'd love for everybody to like me. Ideal world. Now, in the real world, I have developed a perspective. And the perspective is not all opinions are created equal. And my perspective is what matters most is that I'm in alignment with what God has called me to do. Real talk. Like, not in a fictitious way, like I care what God tells me to do, but then I really care more about what people say. No. I have a vision for my life. My prayer is always that God would make the vision for my life so clear and so strong and so potent that I can make the right decisions. Now, I got to have the right view of other people. People do not determine my destiny. My decisions determine my destiny. And I believe so strongly in what I am called and put on this earth to do, that even if there is a person that opposes me, as long as that person is not me, meaning as long as I don't oppose myself by overthinking, not taking no action, telling myself bad things about myself, what matters most is the voice that I hear most often. I want that voice to be informed by the Holy Spirit, and I want that voice to be positive. So my self-talk matters more than what other people talk about. This also requires you to not make people your gods, no matter who they are. Don't make me your God. Don't put my voice way too up there. You know what I mean? Have some reasonableness about yourself. What matters most is what God says about you. Second to that, what matters is what you say about yourself. Third to that, you want to surround yourself with people who are in your inner circle that are going to be positive influences. And if they cannot be that in a particular season, then their voice can be removed too. And I personally believe that my mission is so important that I won't let anyone come against it, including myself. Meaning, when I start saying negative things in my head about what I have going on, I got to check myself. I police my thoughts. It's something that we talk about in the Speak Your Way to Cash book. Policing your thoughts, being mission-led. I would love for people to like me, but that's not more important than the mission, because the mission is bigger than any one person, including me. And so I believe, this is my belief system, that if I don't steward what God has put on my plate well, and he has something that he needs to get into the earth that he would love for me to do, but that I'm not being mature enough, disciplined enough to do because I'm people pleasing, I care so much about what other people think, then he will make sure that gets into the earth with somebody else. I'm not so arrogant as to believe he doesn't have options. You know what I mean? And so, like, you gotta change how you view other people. People don't make you. And let me tell you something right now. I have been on big podcasts. I have been in rooms with people with millions of followers. I have had celebrity clients. I have met billionaires. I have worked with CEOs of industry that make hundreds of millions a year. I have worked for the largest law firm in the world. I've been in rooms where the net worth of people was unbelievable. I have talked to people who will never have a money problem in their life. They make so much money. And I have talked to people who literally do not know how to pay their rent the next month. And let me tell you something that is true. In all those rooms that I've been in and with all those people that I've been with, not a single person made me. Can we be real? Some of you think that you will be able to get everything you want if you just connect with this one influencer, if you just get this one stage, if you just meet this one person, if they just see you and accept you and like you and call you and put you on their stage and make all these great things happen. If you could just get in Essence, I've been in Essence. If you could just get in the Black Enterprise magazine, I've been in Black Enterprise. If you could get in Business Insider, I've been in that. I've won the Inc. 5000 award. I've been in entrepreneur.com. I've spoken in front of 6,000 people. I've spoken at one of the largest conferences for Black entrepreneurs, one of the largest conference for entrepreneurs that are not Black and people of color. I've spoken on all these big stages, and let me tell you something that I learned. Not a single opportunity made what you all see today as Speak Your Way to Cash. It is always a culmination of work. It is always a culmination of things. And so what that taught me is this. It's never just going to be one person that makes your whole life. It is always going to be a culmination, because even if I met Oprah tomorrow and Oprah said, Ashley, I'm going to have you on. I want you to talk about Think Your Way to Cash and your principle of the 5-year rule and all these things. Even if Oprah did that, it still wouldn't be, and we sold 1 million books from being on Oprah's show. It still wouldn't be Oprah that made me, because Oprah only called me because of the culmination of people that I interacted with before her and all the business that I did before her. And I say all this to say, if we could just stop putting people on these fake pedestals that we put them on and thinking that they're going to be the key to everything for us, and start realizing that every single person you see uses the bathroom like you, does some bad things and some good things, has some good days and some bad days, and they're real regular, whether they act like it or not, we would be further along. Because then when they make a mistake and they don't treat you right and they don't do what you want, you will still be able to move forward. So maybe your best friend hurt your feelings, and that's bad, not good. But guess what? She's human. And one thing that really helped me to shift this was this. Here's what I believe. If this is good so far, comment good if y'all are getting some value out of this. Here's what I believe. Let's say someone offends me because they make me feel bad. Like I talked to them at an event and they're kind of rude. They brush me off. I used to get so offended by that. I would overthink about it. Oh my gosh, she doesn't like me. What she think? I used to do this. This is real talk. And then I started to realize, I read a book called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Blank. Fill in the blank. I like that. I like the book curses a lot and stuff. So if you can't handle that, don't read it. But one of the principles that I like from the book was realizing that like everybody's human, so it don't really matter. That was basically the principle. But the thing that I tell myself is, okay, I'm offended because someone treated me bad today. And then I thought about it and I was like, have I ever treated anyone else bad in a way that I wouldn't be proud of? Yes. And so I was like, man, the very things that I'm so caught up and mad at other people for are the very things that at one point in my life I've probably done to someone else, whether I know it or not. And most of us are not even brave enough to sit with that truth. The truth is, there are people that I probably didn't treat right. They got me at the elevator and I was going somewhere and I just didn't want to talk. I maybe just got some bad news. I maybe found out a family member passed and I was just not in my best mood, but they saw me out and now they're like, Ashley, so mean. But it's like, I'm not mean. I just wasn't having a good day, but I don't have time to tell you that because I don't know you like that. So I ain't gonna have to explain that to you. People are people. And as someone who really does, who has had people that I've really admired and liked, and then I've met them and I've been like, dang, the idea of you was better than the reality of you. I realized in that instance, I may have made some people some idols. I may have put them a little bit too high on the pedestal because I thought they owed me something just because they were in a season of my life, they were helpful to me in some way. And without them knowing, maybe it was their content, maybe it was their book, maybe it was whatever. But it's like, you can't put people on these pedestals. You have to change the way you view other people. Everyone on this earth wants to, most people, be a good person. I can't say everyone. I would say most people want to be a good person. Most people want to do right by people, but we are all dealing with insecurities, traumas, and baggage. And we bring that into all of our experiences. And yes, everyone should heal, but the truth is healing is a lifetime journey. And so if you think that it's like a destination, you are mistaken. Everyone is working through their stuff. So what does that mean? That means that I need to focus more on working on myself so that I can have grace for people who may disrespect me, so that I don't take that disrespect, hold it in my heart, and it diminishes my confidence. But I look at it like, man, let me pray for them because maybe they were going through a hard day. Giving people grace costs nothing, but it gives them, it's something that you do for them, but it's really something that you do for you so that you don't hold really like bad energy into your heart and into your spirit and take it into how you serve your clients. You're gonna have to change how you view people. Now, here's the truth. The fear of judgment lights up the same part of the brain as physical pain, meaning your fear of being judged wrongly by other people tells your brain that you're in some type of physical danger, even though you're not. So I want to share that with you to say that if you are someone that really struggles with how people view you and how people see you, baby, I've been there. And even now sometimes, because I meet people all the time that are just really cool people. Like it is some people that I've been able to meet through growing this company and just head down working that I never thought I would be in rooms with. And I'm meeting celebrities and all kinds of people that I really do admire and respect. And I'm not going to sit up here and lie to y'all and say I don't think about it. I wonder how they viewed me. I wonder if that interaction was okay. But what I will say is that I have learned how not to allow those thoughts to consume me to such a degree that I don't show up fully as myself. Because the reason I'm getting opportunities and the reason you all are going to get opportunities is because of how you show up as authentically you. And overthinking and the fear of judgment, it diminishes our ability to show up in our authenticity. And for many of you, if you could just unlock that authentic voice, if you could just unlock that authenticity and put out that content, even though you don't know who's going to like it and you don't know who's going to respect it and who's going to see it, everything in your business will grow. Everything in your business will grow. So I want you all to know that everybody struggles with that. And in the beginning, you don't really know what your authentic voice is because you have to exercise it to know how it really sounds. Like, you know how when you first get a new iPhone and you don't know all the things that it could do, you only learn all the things that it could do by actually using the phone. Your voice is the same way. Many of you are like, okay, I want to be authentic, but you don't know what authentic sounds like for you because you haven't really exercised it. Maybe you've been in corporate, and in corporate you've had to cover for decades. And so now that you're an entrepreneur, you're really struggling with, what does authenticity sound like for me? Guess how you're going to learn what that voice sounds like? By putting it out there every chance you get, writing the post, writing the caption, shortening the time between idea to action, just trying it out. Just trying it out is really going to help you, okay? So you're going to have to change how you see other people, and you're going to have to get over what is called biblically the fear of man. And I've done some other videos on that, so you can go back on my YouTube page and watch it. But the fear of man is basically like when you view, it means you run the risk of valuing what people say over what God says. And when you don't have like a word from God, you may even value what other people say over what you feel in your heart you're supposed to do. That tugging in your heart sometimes is a divine tugging. And you're going to have to use discernment to figure out when it is and when it isn't. And that's like a longer journey. For me, that just comes from the more I read the Bible, the more I learn about God, the more I can decipher. Right? The more I trust myself, the more I step out there, the more I can trust myself with decisions, the less I overthink. I really try not to overthink. I make decisions fast and often. I work and exercise that muscle because I realize I cannot pray for big if small is taking me out. Let me say it again. I cannot pray for big if small is taking me out. And no matter where you're at in your business or your life right now, what you have is considered small to what you're praying for. If you compared what you got to what you're praying for, I bet what you have right now is considered small for what you want. So if you can't steward small well, then you may not ever get to the thing that you're actually praying for. So that is a big, big, big incentive for me to overcome overthinking, right? So you got to change how you view other people. Don't put them on these high pedestals. People are people. They all do the same things. Then you have to change how you view God. Now, for those of you who do not believe in God, you need to change how you view your source. For those of us that do believe in God, and I believe in Jesus and I'm a Christian, I had to realize that if my view of God was such that, God is this really big, scary deity that is just there to punish me for sin, that view of God did not allow me to operate as my highest self. You get, I think one of the things that I've heard Pastor Daniel say, I hope I don't misquote it, was like, you whatever version of God you have, like whatever your belief is, you get to have that version of God. Like if to you, he is just a punisher, he is a punisher, right? If you believe God is expansive and powerful and someone that is going to help you recover from a bad decision the same way he'll help you make a good decision, then you're going to have a little bit more freedom. If you believe that the Bible is true and it says that, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, then that means that even if bad times come, through God's strength, I can endure. Like you're going to have a view of God that is going to propel you to your next level, but you get to settle for whatever view of God you have. Sometimes we just need to read our Bibles with a better lens and realize God does not want us to suffer perpetually. He did not put us here to just suffer perpetually all the time. Like there may be periods of suffering, but perpetually all the time. Like he literally says that if we keep our mind stayed on him, he'll keep us in perfect peace. So that means even the way we go through struggles should not be in such a way where we're overthinking, we're constantly afraid, we're always anxious, we can never sleep. There's scriptures that actually say like he gives sleep to those he loves. There's another scripture that says the wicked flee when nobody is chasing them, but the righteous are as bold as lions. So for those of you who are like, I can't figure out my voice, I don't know what to say, I'm scared all the time, that doesn't sound like bold as a lion. Why are we running? No one's chasing us. Oh, I don't think this will work because of A, B, C, and D. Who told you that? Nobody. Why are you running? Nobody's chasing you. Like, I don't ever want to emulate the behaviors of the wicked. I want to emulate the behaviors of the righteous. And that gives us a level of boldness and confidence. And I just love the scriptures, because there's so many scriptures that literally align with us having power by way of the Holy Spirit. It's amazing what you could do with divine power. Who wouldn't want that, right? And so you want to make sure that your view of God isn't one that is keeping you stuck and fearful and small, because if God does not give us the spirit of fear, but of a sound mind, then we need to be careful about allowing thoughts to come into our mind that are not from him. And as business owners, you really need to determine, you need to wake up every day. Who is God going to be to me today? And run with that. Run with that. So overthinking, how are you going to get over it? Number one, you have to change how you view yourself. Number two, you need to change how you view other people. Number three, you need to change how you view God. And please do not make people your God. People, all of us, self included, we are not even equipped to be anyone's God. We're not even equipped for that. Like we're not set up for that at all. At all. I don't care how much you love my content, how much you love anyone's content or your pastors or whatever. None of those people are God. And so you can consume our content and you can get value from our content, but you need to go to the source of who created you. And you need to have honest and transparent conversations with God about what you need, what you're struggling with, having him to help reveal to you who you really are, so that you can go out and you can dominate and you can be bold like a lion. I have another YouTube video called it's like strategic ways to pray or something like that. But I do recommend Fervent, the book on prayer. But it's a video that really tells about like how we track our prayers and how we've been able to have a stronger prayer life by way of writing things out and tracking. And it's some good tips in there. So if you are a believer and you want to watch that video, go ahead and watch it. But hopefully, the Ashley Nicole Show is really here for you guys to gain value and motivation to go to the next level in your business. If this video did that for you, please let me know in the comments, and also suggest in the comments what a topic that you want me to talk about in my next video, because I do read these things and I would be honored to create more content that will really add value to you guys. We do have tour tickets left for Houston. If you don't know what I'm talking about when I say tour, let me introduce you to the Your First 5-figure contract tour, the Your First $25,000 corporate offer tour. It is selling out all over the country. It's sold out in 5 out of the 6 cities, but we do still have some tickets left for our friends in Texas. Check it out.
Last year, we went on tour, and let me tell you, it was a movement. Every city sold out. Chicago, Atlanta, Houston, Dallas, DC. Experts showed up, locked in, and walked away with strategies that transformed their businesses into high-ticket offer powerhouses. And this year, we're doing it bigger, better, and more impactful. Because in 2025, it's not just about landing speaking gigs. It's about building a corporate offer that brings in $25,000 or more per client. And we're going to help you do it live and in person at the Your First $25,000 corporate offer tour. And listen, if you've been struggling to land high-ticket corporate deals, this is your moment. So let me break it down. What really happens at this tour? This is not another feel-good event where you take notes and go home overwhelmed. No, this is a live, in-person workshop where we build your corporate offer in the room. You will create a ready-to-sell $25,000 corporate offer that clients actually want. You will learn exactly how to pitch, price, and position your offer so companies and clients say yes. And you will leave with the confidence and strategy to start selling this offer as soon as you walk out the door. Last year in Chicago, we had attendees sign clients in the room. One entrepreneur came in with no corporate clients and walked out with a deal on the table. In Atlanta, we met a woman who was landing government contracts but felt stuck. She came to the tour, restructured her offer, and now knows how to pitch one-to-one without going through the lengthy RFP process. Her business was able to grow. In Houston, we came right after a storm, and instead of canceling, we showed up and created a safe space for experts to learn, connect, and get breakthroughs in their business. We didn't just talk sales strategy, we talked mindset and then gave them a plan to secure corporate deals and did cash infusion strategies so that they could leave knowing exactly what to do to get more money in their business. In Dallas, we went deep into brand positioning. And in Dallas was where we were introduced to none other than Pastor T.D. Jakes. Yes, real connections happen as a result of the high caliber experts that came to the room. And let me tell you about DC. This was the largest stop of the tour, sold out first. There was a line out the door to get in, and we did an exclusive bonus session just answering questions before the event even started because the demand was that high. This year, we are adding New York. And as of right now, New York has almost the most people on the wait list. Look, there are only 50 seats per city. On the day tickets drop, it is only for $99. If you want to sell high-ticket corporate offers, if you're tired of guessing, tired of spinning your wheels, trying to figure it out alone, this is your chance. Come and spend one day with me in person and walk out with a bulletproof corporate offer that's ready to sell. Whether you're selling to huge companies, whether you target small business clients, or anyone in between, if you sell services, have an expertise, you need to be at the Your First Corporate Offer Tour. Get on the wait list now, or if tickets are already open, get your seat, because once they are gone, they're gone. I'm coming to a city near you, and if you don't see your city, fly to the nearest one, because this is not a movement you want to miss. I'll see you in the room.
All right. So I hope you all get your ticket for the tour. I hope you guys are meeting me live. We did our Q&A tonight, and it was fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. Almost 100 experts showed up on live, and we did a pre-event Q&A. You may have missed that, but if you get your ticket, you will be able to see the replay of that. We have pre-event trainings that you will be able to get access to. We're going to have a whole onboarding for you guys. We've really streamlined in how to make this event absolutely impactful, and I cannot wait to hit this city. We're doing 6 cities in a little under 8 weeks. So we'll be busy. My summer is packed, okay? But it's totally worth it, and I love what I do. So I will see you guys at the tour. For those of you that can't make the tour, but you want to join us virtually, you can now register for the next Your First Corporate Offer Summit. It is virtual and happening at the end of this month on the 24th and 25th. So feel free to get your ticket for that at www.speakyourwaytocash.com. where we will be helping you build a corporate offer in 2 days. I'm so excited about that. That's going to be absolutely incredible. And I want to see every single last one of you there. There is no reason you can't join since it is formed from the comfort of your own home. So I want to see you at that event. It's going to be amazing. Get your tickets today. You can comment the word summit on Instagram and get your ticket for that. And I will see you guys there. All right. So have a good day. If you enjoyed this video, let me know. Thank you so much, Randy. I appreciate it. Love this message. Thank you for sharing and continually giving value. I appreciate it. See you guys soon.